Hayden, having gone to Notts at 16 and gone through the system there, how difficult a decision was this at 25 to sort of shake hands and say goodbye?
I wouldn't say a difficult decision because I just want to play football, but it's certainly a sad time and a hard time. But I think it's the right time to leave, and the right time for me to move on with my career and hopefully move forwards.
What was the driver? Was it the fact that you hadn't got much football, or perhaps the fact that in 6 months' time you're going to be out of contract again and a lot of other players would have been on the market at the same point?
Yeah, a little bit of both. But when I spoke to Kevin Nolan at Notts County a few months ago, he only wanted to let me go on loan. He's been brilliant with me, and but things happen, things change, and I think it's the right time for me to move on.
Notts is a very traditional club. This is a very innovative club. Is that going to be difficult for you to adapt to, do you think?
No, not at all. I don't think so. I think I've worked with the manager before, as I've said, and he's worked with me. He knows what I'm about. I know what he's about. So, it'll probably take you a few days to settle in, but I'm sure I'll be fine. I spoke to Liam Noble when he came down here, and as I said, I know Drizzy Traore as well. So,
have those links persuaded you to make the decision because you've played for the manager before?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think I'd be if it weren't for the manager. But also, it's good when an old manager wants to sign you. It shows that he thinks something of you, and that means something to me a little bit.
Centre back, left-sided centre back or not?
Yeah, left-sided, only left-sided centre back. You don't want me swinging with my right foot.
And so they have Gavin Gunning and Manny Monty already here, who arguably are left-sided centre backs. So you're going to be competition. The advantage you have is you've got 100+ league games behind you.
Yeah, I have. I think I'm fairly experienced at this level and on the league above. But as I've said before, it's healthy competition. If you come in here and no one's pushing you to be at your best, then you're not going to be at your best. And I've said the same thing at Notts County. I think they're doing so well is because there's lads missing out on the squad there, and I was one of them that arguably should be starting. That everyone's pushing each other to the limits.
How sharp do you feel having only played in the cups this season?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm a good professional in myself. If I can say that. If I'm not playing, I'll go to the gym and do extras, and I'll get the best out of myself. So I'm not unfit in that way.
You mentioned knowing people here. Did you also look at the signings the club has made in this window and think, right, that's a serious attempt to get out of trouble and build for next season? Yeah,
and as I've said earlier on, it's a small club, but it's got a big personality, and it's looking to move forward. But coming up, it's the first time for the club in the Football League, and it's tough. It's a tough league. It's a demanding league, so you can't expect things to change overnight. And from the outside, it looks like the manager's got time, and he needs time, and he's got the backing of the chairman. And as I say, Rome weren't built in a day, was it? It needs to. It's going to be a long course, but hopefully, it's a club moving forward.